My child, do not click away because heaven stirred your name the moment you arrived. The instant your eyes touched these words, something in the unseen began to shift. You are being called, and you are being warned. You are being watched over, and you are being protected. Listen and be still for a moment. Something has been happening behind your back, and your spirit has already sensed it. You have felt it in your body, and you have dreamed about it in the quiet hours. You have been fighting a battle you did not start, and carrying a weight you did not create. You have been wondering why your sleep feels different, and why your peace has been shaking. You have been feeling watched, and you are not imagining it. You are not overreacting, and you are not losing your mind. There is someone in your life who smiles at you in the sunlight, but curses your name in the shadows. She pretends to care for you, yet secretly resents the glow you carry. She watches your blessings with envy, and she studies your steps with a bitter heart. She has spoken your name in places she should not, and she has wished for things she cannot control. She tried to harm what heaven placed on you, and the darkness she invited is turning back toward her. The energy she released has recoiled against her, and the poison she stirred is spilling into her own life. She thought she could break you without breaking herself, and now the consequences are swallowing her. Her own words are choking her spirit, and her own intentions are destroying her peace. This is why she feels chaos whenever your name is mentioned, and this is why she feels fear when you appear in her thoughts. She tried to touch what was sacred, and she is paying a price for reaching where she was never permitted. Heaven is not punishing her, because heaven seeks no revenge, but heaven is returning every intention to its rightful owner. What she threw at you has landed back on her, and the darkness she summoned is demanding its payment. This is why her life feels unstable now, and this is why her spirit feels exhausted. She is suffocating on the weight of her own bitterness, and she is crushed by the shadows she invited. Type 888 if you are ready for abundance and divine favor. You are not responsible for her suffering, and you are not called to rescue her from the consequences she created. Your only duty is to stay aligned with the light and to walk away from the places that try to dim you. Heaven has seen the nights you cried silently, and heaven has heard the prayers you whispered through shaking breaths. You begged for clarity because your soul felt attacked, and now clarity is being poured over you like oil. The angels are speaking your name in protection, and they are forming a shield around your life. You are being lifted out of danger even when you do not see the danger clearly. You are being separated from certain people because your future is too big to be poisoned by their envy. This season of isolation is not punishment, and this season of distance is divine protection. You are being pulled away so you can rise, and you are being hidden so you can be strengthened. Something big is forming around you, and heaven is preparing you for a blessing that requires clean surroundings. That is why certain relationships are falling apart, and that is why certain people cannot stay close to you anymore. Their energy cannot go where you are going, and their intentions cannot survive the light you are stepping into. Heaven is making room for your breakthrough, and heaven is clearing the path that was once crowded. You are being positioned for something sacred, and you are being guided towards something long promised. Do not fear the shifting because the shifting is your sign, and do not mourn what is leaving because it is clearing space for what is coming. Heaven has been whispering warnings to you, and your soul has been feeling them even when your mind doubted. Your intuition has been screaming for peace, and your heart has been begging for truth. You have felt the spiritual tension rising around you, and you have sensed a shift in the atmosphere. Type heal me if you believe God can restore your health and spirit. This is not paranoia, and this is not imagination. This is spiritual clarity awakening inside you, and this is divine guidance lighting your path. You have outgrown the places that once felt familiar, and you have outgrown the people who cannot celebrate your rising. She sensed your elevation before you saw it yourself, and she feared what your future might reveal. Your growth threatened her darkness, and your resilience irritated her bitterness. She tried to slow your destiny with her words, and she tried to disturb your spirit with her intentions. But what she didn't know is that heaven had already marked you, and heaven had already sealed your protection. You were covered before the attack began, and you were guarded before the jealousy formed. Nothing she attempted could touch your purpose, and nothing she whispered could delay what was meant for you. The reason she is suffering now is because you were not her target. You were her mirror. Your light exposed her wounds, and your blessings exposed her emptiness. She tried to harm what she could not become, and she tried to destroy what she could not understand. Her spirit was cracking long before she aimed her envy at you, and her life was unraveling long before her jealousy spoke your name. She does not hate you because of who you are, but because of who she could never be. And now the darkness she tried to direct toward you is swallowing her from within. Her own choices are devouring her, and her own bitterness is consuming her energy. She is vomiting the poison she created, and she is drowning in the chaos she stirred. This is not your burden to carry, and this is not your responsibility to fix. Heaven is handling what you cannot see, and heaven is clearing what you cannot confront. Your job is to remain aligned with the light and to keep walking the path that was designed for you. You are stepping into a season of divine clarity, and you are rising into a season of divine justice. Type victory if you believe breakthrough is coming. Everything hidden is being revealed, and everything masked is being removed. This is why people's true colors are showing. And this is why certain relationships are cracking open. Truth is breaking through the illusions around you, and destiny is pulling you out of every trap. You are being escorted out of danger by angels, and you are being positioned in a safer direction. Your name is being protected in the spirit, and your steps are being ordered with precision. Heaven is ahead of you clearing the road, and heaven is behind you closing the doors you no longer need. The storm around you is not to destroy you, and the shaking beneath you is not to break you. The storm is revealing what was hiding in the shadows, and the shaking is removing what was pretending to stay. You are not losing anything valuable, and you are not being abandoned by the divine. You are being refined, and you are being redirected. Something new is coming into your life, and something pure is entering your heart. A breakthrough is forming in the unseen, and a blessing is racing toward you with divine timing. You are closer than you think, and you are stronger than you know. The angels are carrying your worry tonight, and heaven is lifting the weight off your chest. You are not alone in this moment, and you have never been alone in the moments before it. Heaven has been watching you rise through every trial, and heaven has been preparing you for a miracle that fits your pain. Something is about to shift in your favor, and something is about to break open on your behalf. Your spirit has been trembling lately, and your heart has been carrying a weight that words cannot explain. You have felt pressure in the unseen, and you have sensed a battle you could not name. This pressure was not meant to break you, and this battle was not meant to crush you. This was the final spiritual push before your breakthrough, and the final shaking before your elevation. Heaven has been preparing you in silence, and heaven has been strengthening you in hidden places. You have been growing in ways you did not notice, and you have been healing in ways you did not expect. Your soul has been shedding old wounds, and your spirit has been outgrowing old versions of yourself. This is why you have felt distant from certain people, and this is why you have felt disconnected from old habits. Your soul is rising to a higher level, and your heart is aligning with a new chapter. There are blessings waiting for you that require clean surroundings, and there are miracles forming that require divine timing. Heaven is removing what cannot follow you, and heaven is revealing what cannot stay beside you. Your discernment has been sharpening lately, and your intuition has been speaking louder than ever. This is not anxiety whispering to you, and this is not fear trying to control you. This is divine guidance surrounding you with clarity, and this is spiritual truth reaching for your attention. You are being shown who is for you and who is against you. You are being shown who supports your spirit and who only wants to drain your energy. You are being shown who speaks your name with love and who speaks it with hidden darkness. The one who aimed jealousy at you cannot touch your destiny, and the one who wished harm toward you cannot block what heaven has written. They may have tried to curse you in shadows, but heaven has covered you in light. They may have whispered against you, but angels have spoken for you. They may have tried to break you with their intentions, but heaven has strengthened you with divine intervention. Their downfall is not your victory, and their suffering is not your celebration. Their downfall is simply the return of their own choices, and their suffering is simply the harvest of their own seeds. You are being protected from her energy, and you are being removed from her influence. Her darkness has been exposed, and her intentions have been returned to her. Her own actions are turning against her, and her own bitterness is collapsing in her hands. This is why she is spiritually sick now, and this is why her life feels unstable. She tried to release poison, but the poison belongs only to her. She reached for harm, but the harm could only cling to its owner. She tried to stain your spirit, but your spirit is untouchable by anything not aligned with heaven. You are shielded by divine light, and you are covered by heavenly authority. Every weapon formed against you has failed, and every whisper against you has dissolved. You are stepping into a safer season, and you are moving into a higher calling. The angels are surrounding you right now, and they are guiding every step you take. Heaven is watching your next move, and heaven is organizing blessings ahead of you. Your path is being cleared in the spirit, and your steps are being aligned with purpose. You are not being delayed anymore, and you are not being blocked anymore. The things you lost are being restored, and the things you prayed for are being released. A door is opening that no darkness can close, and a breakthrough is forming that no enemy can stop. You are rising from the ashes of what hurt you, and you are walking into a season built for your healing. Heaven has seen every tear you cried alone, and heaven has witnessed every moment you forced yourself to stay strong. Your endurance has spoken loudly, and your faith has reached the throne. You are being rewarded for surviving what was meant to break your spirit, and you are being elevated for holding on when you wanted to give up. A miracle is on its way to you now, and a blessing is already moving in your direction. Something powerful is about to shift in your favor, and something holy is about to settle around your life. Heaven is not finished with you yet, and heaven has not forgotten your prayers. You have walked through storms that would have broken others, and you have survived wounds that should have ended your spirit. You kept going when your heart was tired, and you kept believing when your hope was fading. This is why heaven is stepping in now, and this is why the divine is moving on your behalf. Your faith has unlocked a new season, and your endurance has opened a new path. You are entering a chapter where the things that once hurt you cannot follow you, and the people who once drained you cannot reach you. Your soul is rising beyond their influence, and your spirit is outgrowing their shadows. The jealousy she carried toward you is collapsing now, and the bitterness she fed is poisoning only her. She tried to speak against you, but her words dissolved before they could touch you. She tried to reach for your spirit, but angels blocked her hand. She tried to dim your future, but your future is too bright for her darkness. Her suffering is the echo of her choices, and her spiritual sickness is the harvest of her intentions. You are not witnessing her downfall because of cruelty, and you are not being shown her struggle because of revenge. You are seeing this because heaven wants you to understand the weight of your calling and the cost of being chosen. Your spirit intimidates the broken, and your light exposes what others try to hide. You were born with a covering that others can feel but cannot explain. You were marked by purpose before you could speak, and you were protected before you could understand why. This is why darkness keeps trying to touch you, and this is why envy keeps rising against you. But every time they reach, heaven responds, and every time they attack, angels defend. You are guarded more than you know, and you are watched over more than you feel. Heaven has assigned protection to your name and divine authority to your path. The forces against you are weakening now, and the spiritual pressure is breaking around you. The atmosphere is beginning to shift, and the energy around your life is being cleansed. Your sleep is about to become peaceful again, and your mind is about to breathe again. Your heart is being released from heaviness, and your spirit is being lifted from fear. A new clarity is wrapping around you, and a new strength is entering your soul. You will begin to feel lighter in the coming days, and you will begin to feel guided in ways you cannot explain. Signs will appear in quiet moments, and confirmations will come through unexpected places. Your intuition will sharpen with divine accuracy, and your steps will feel directed by something higher. Heaven is aligning you with new opportunities, and heaven is connecting you to people with pure intentions. The ones who match your heart are being pulled toward you, and the ones who match your destiny are being guided into your life. Your circle is being refined with purpose, and your path is being shaped with precision. Everything that was taken from you will be restored, and everything that was delayed will be accelerated. This season will not end in loss, and this journey will not end in pain. You are walking into a chapter full of healing, and you are stepping into a future full of divine movement. You are closer than you have ever been, and you are safer than you have ever felt. Heaven has wrapped you in protection, and heaven is preparing you for something greater. There is a blessing rising as you read this, and there is a miracle forming in the unseen. You will not miss what is meant for you, and you will not lose what is destined for your hands. Your life is about to shift with divine timing, and your path is about to glow with divine favor. Remain calm in this transition, and remain open to what heaven is sending. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and everything is aligning exactly when it must. You are entering a moment where the truth will become undeniable, and the signs will become impossible to miss. What was hidden in shadows will rise into the light, and what was disguised in smiles will reveal its true form. Your spirit will recognize what your heart once ignored, and your eyes will finally see what your intuition already knew. This clarity will not hurt you this time, and this revelation will not break you. It will free you from confusion, and it will release you from emotional traps. The chains around your energy are snapping now, and the heaviness around your heart is lifting. You are stepping out of spiritual fog, and you are walking into divine understanding. The burden on your chest is loosening, and the tightness in your soul is easing. You will breathe easier in the coming days, and you will feel safer than you have in months. The angels have been working in silence for you, and they have been fighting battles you never saw. You were never unprotected for a single moment, and you were never unseen for a single second. Heaven watched every tear fall quietly, and heaven counted every night you forced yourself to stay strong. Your endurance did not go unnoticed, and your pain did not go unanswered. A response is coming from the divine, and a shift is coming into your life. The energies that drained you are being removed, and the people that harmed you are being exposed. Their hold over your spirit is breaking, and their influence over your emotions is ending. She cannot reach your destiny anymore, and she cannot interfere with your future. Her attempts have collapsed against divine protection, and her intentions have dissolved under heavenly authority. The darkness she sent out is consuming only her, and the chaos she stirred is circling only her life. Do not fear her anymore, because she no longer has access to your path. Do not worry about her anymore, because heaven has closed the spiritual doorway she once slipped through. Your protection has increased in this hour, and your spiritual covering has strengthened. You are stepping into a new level of divine security, and you are moving into a safer vibration. Every negative attachment is being severed from your spirit, and every draining connection is being cut from your energy. Your soul is being washed clean from spiritual residue, and your heart is being purified from past entanglements. Light is entering places inside you that were once dark, and peace is touching wounds that were once tender. You are being repaired from the inside out, and you are being restored from the deepest places of your soul. Soon you will notice that your mind feels clearer, and soon you will feel the weight falling from your shoulders. Your sleep will deepen with divine calm, and your mornings will rise with quiet confidence. The fear that followed you is leaving now, and the anxiety that chased you is being dissolved. You are stepping into emotional healing, and you are walking into spiritual renewal. Everything that tried to break your spirit is losing its power, and everything that tried to drain your hope is losing its access. The angels are standing closer than before, and heaven is leaning in with new instructions. You will begin hearing guidance in the quiet moments, and you will feel nudges from the divine when you need direction. Your path is being illuminated step by step, and your future is being aligned piece by piece. The breakthrough you prayed for is moving toward you, and the miracle you waited for is preparing to arrive. Nothing can block what is coming now, and nothing can delay what heaven has already released. You are approaching a turning point in your life, and you are nearing the moment where everything shifts. Keep your heart open during this transition, and keep your spirit steady during this rise. Heaven is not finished speaking to you yet, and heaven is not done guiding you. More clarity is coming in the next message, and more revelation is coming in the next divine whisper. Stay close and stay receptive because this journey is unfolding exactly as it should. And now listen, beloved, because the message deepens, and heaven bends low to speak your name. She tried to reach into places of your life that were not hers to touch. And now the weight of her own darkness is falling back on her. The angels have surrounded you quietly, powerfully, without needing your permission, because they know the danger you could not yet see. What she sent toward your life has already turned back toward her, and it is weakening every shadow she tried to hide behind. Do not fear what she attempted, because heaven has already overturned it and written a different ending for you. Your spirit felt the shaking before your mind understood it, because the unseen world always moves before the visible one shifts. This is why you felt tired without cause, drained without reason, and heavy without explanation. Your soul was fighting battles your eyes were not allowed to witness yet. But you were never fighting alone. The angels held the line, stood at your door, protected your sleep, and canceled plans that were never meant to reach you. Heaven has been busy with your name. Your protection was not delayed. It was already in motion before the attack was conceived. And the one who called herself powerful, the one who thought she could harm what belongs to God, is now experiencing the consequences of her own intentions. What she released was poison, and poison always returns to its sender when God intervenes. This is why she is weakening, trembling, losing control, realizing that darkness cannot stand where divine light has been assigned. Her spiritual sickness is not your burden to carry, and her collapse is not your responsibility to fix. You are being separated from her, lifted above her, shielded from her, because you were never meant to share her fate. Heaven is making sure you walk in freedom while she faces the results of her own choices, not yours. Listen closely now, because this part is important. You must not return to what God is removing. You must not reach back toward what heaven is blocking. You must not feel guilt for the downfall of someone who willingly chose harmful paths while you chose healing. The angels have watched her movements, her words, and her hidden intentions, and they have declared this season closed. You are being preserved, protected, delivered, separated, elevated, and heaven is rejoicing because your breakthrough has already begun. The spiritual storm around you is not a sign of danger. It is evidence that darkness is losing its hold. Wherever you feel pressure, it is because something old is breaking and something divine is emerging. Your name has echoed through the chambers of heaven, and the answer has already been released. You are being aligned with miracles you have not even prayed for yet. And the timing is not accidental. The pain you felt was preparation. The confusion you carried was transition. The silence you endured was divine strategy. You were never abandoned, only hidden for your protection. And now, beloved, I tell you this with tenderness and authority. You are stepping into a season where every false friend will be exposed, every hidden enemy revealed, every spiritual threat canceled, and every chain broken. Heaven is lifting you higher, so you can no longer be reached by the ones who wished you harm. A new blessing is forming, and even now the angels are preparing the path beneath your feet. Walk forward without fear. Walk forward without doubt. Walk forward knowing you are guarded on all sides. And hear me clearly. You will not be touched by what was meant to destroy you. You will not be harmed by what was sent against you. You will not carry the weight of someone else's darkness. You are chosen for light. You are chosen for healing. You are chosen for breakthrough. And the story is shifting in your favor right now. You are stepping into a moment where the weight on your spirit will begin to lift, and the shadows around your heart will begin to break. A new light is forming around your life, and a new strength is awakening inside your soul. Heaven is preparing situations you cannot even imagine yet, and heaven is aligning opportunities that were once out of reach. Your path is being cleared by unseen hands, and your future is being shaped by divine intention. The things that once confused you will soon make sense, and the questions that haunted you will soon be answered. Your spirit will feel lighter in the coming days, and your heart will feel safer in the coming nights. The chaos that surrounded you is losing its voice, and the fear that chased you is losing its power. She cannot touch your future anymore, and she cannot interfere with the plan written for your life. Her influence has been broken in the spirit, and her access has been revoked by the divine. The darkness that clung to her is swallowing itself now, and the intentions she released are collapsing inward. This is why she feels panic in her spirit, and this is why she feels trembling in her energy. Heaven has turned her attempts to ash, and heaven has dissolved her shadows with divine fire. You are free from her reach forever, and you are released from her jealousy completely. A spiritual barrier has been placed around you, and a divine wall has risen between her and your destiny. You may feel the shift quietly inside your chest, and you may sense a new calm washing over your mind. This is the sign of freedom settling on your shoulders, and this is the sign of protection wrapping around your steps. The angels are strengthening your foundation right now, and they are removing every remnant of her energy from your life. New peace is entering the space she once disturbed, and new clarity is replacing the confusion she created. Your spirit is being purified from every shadow, and your heart is being restored from every wound. You will feel a fresh softness in your emotions, and you will feel a deeper confidence in your intuition. What once felt heavy will suddenly feel light, and what once felt tangled will suddenly feel clear. Heaven is touching your life gently, and heaven is healing you piece by piece. You are not the same person you were when this battle began, and you are not carrying the same weight you once held. You have grown in silence without noticing, and you have been strengthened in hidden places without realizing. Your resilience has been seen by heaven, and your endurance has been honored by the divine. This is why a blessing is being released toward you, and this is why a breakthrough is choosing your name. The timing is not random, and the moment is not accidental. Your spirit has reached the threshold of change, and your soul has reached the doorway of transformation. You are about to step into something sacred, and you are about to walk into something promised. The angels are preparing to guide you into the next part of your story, and heaven is preparing to reveal what comes next. Keep your heart open to the signs ahead, and keep your spirit steady as the shift unfolds. You are entering the final stretch of this spiritual battle, and the last pieces of the storm are clearing from around your life. The heaviness that lingered at the edges of your spirit is lifting now, and the tension that sat in your chest is dissolving. What once felt like pressure will soon feel like purpose, and what once felt like fear will soon feel like clarity. Heaven is rearranging the energy around you, and heaven is recalibrating the path beneath you. The angels have sealed the doorway she once used, and the spiritual access she held has been permanently closed. There is no returning to the place she once occupied, and there is no going back to the influence she once had. Her power has been shattered in the unseen, and her intentions have fallen apart in the light. The darkness she formed is collapsing on itself, and the negativity she carried is consuming her spirit. This is not cruelty from heaven, and this is not punishment from the divine. This is simply the return of her own choices and the echo of her own energy. You are not witnessing her downfall, but witnessing divine justice, and you are not seeing her suffering, but seeing spiritual balance. Your heart may feel conflicted for a moment, and your compassion may pull at the edges of your soul. But understand this gently, and understand it clearly. You cannot carry someone who tried to drown you, and you cannot rescue someone who tried to break you. Heaven is handling what your heart cannot, and heaven is taking responsibility for what you should not. You are being lifted out of danger with tenderness, and you are being delivered from chaos with precision. The path ahead is opening like a quiet sunrise, and the weight behind you is falling like old stone. You are stepping into the chapter that was always meant to be yours, and you are walking away from the chapter that was never aligned with your spirit. Something inside you will begin to feel new, and something around you will begin to feel lighter. You will notice small signs of peace returning, and you will notice sudden moments of unexpected clarity. Your sleep will deepen with calm, and your mornings will rise with purpose. The heaviness that lived in your body is leaving, and the confusion that clouded your thoughts is clearing. Your spirit is being washed clean by divine presence, and your heart is being rewired for a higher calling. You will soon feel pulled toward new opportunities that feel aligned, and you will soon feel guided toward connections that feel pure. Your circle is being renewed by heaven, and your future is being shaped by divine hands. You are not walking alone into this next season, and you are not navigating blindly into your breakthrough. The angels are walking beside you quietly, and the divine is walking ahead of you boldly. Every step you take is being blessed, and every move you make is being protected. You are surrounded in this hour, and you are guarded in this moment. Nothing sent against you can stand, and nothing meant to harm you can survive. You are stepping into a season of divine reversal, and you are walking into a time of spiritual restoration. What was broken will be healed, and what was lost will be replaced. What hurt you will be transformed into wisdom, and what burdened you will be transformed into purpose. Heaven is still speaking, and heaven is still revealing.